Hello and welcome to the We Recommend podcast, a movie podcast where every week we recommend a movie for you to watch and then come back here and listen to us discuss. I'm Jesse.
I'm Jason. Hey, buddy, I'm not paying you for your thoughts on life. I'm paying you to sing.
Well, I have a microphone and you don't, so you will listen to every damn word I have to say. Because this week we recommend The Wedding Singer. Yeah. So, bud, I mean, like the movie?
Yeah.
Is this his most underrated movie?
Maybe.
It's not one that anybody ever talks about, but it's my favorite of his.
I don't know. I had to watch this in secret because no one wanted to watch it at home.
Why? Not even your wife? It's a romantic comedy.
She hates romantic comedies.
But this one's a funny one.
It is a funny one.
It's like an actual funny romantic comedy. It's
Yeah.
like Sandler humor romantic comedy.
I don't know. I love it.
Though if you think about it, most of his movies are kind of rom-coms. It's
A
always
lot of
him
them
and
are,
some
yeah.
girl. Yeah. I mean, Billy Madison is. Happy Gilmore. That's more of a sports movie, but he
Right.
gets the girl at the end.
If you think about like all of his main characters, they're always kind of similar. They're like the guy with the really like
Mentally unstable.
oh yeah, very much so in a lot of cases. But it's also like somebody with a really good heart
Yeah.
who just is like a little misunderstood. But
Yeah,
like,
he's always such a little
but
sweetie.
for good reason.
Yeah.
Because he's absolutely insane.
So that's what I love about his 90 movie. There's something just so charming and sweet and friendly, but also demented about Adam Sandler's characters. But especially in this movie, every time he sings, you're just like, come here, buddy.
I know.
Come here.
Makes everyone so happy.
He's a good singer.
Yeah.
He's like really good in this movie. Every time he's singing, I'm like, dude, fucking put out an album.
I had his first album.
His comedy album?
Yes.
Is that the one with like the goat and everything on
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, piece of shit car.
Yeah.
The Hanukkah song.
Yeah.
And like, yeah.
Me and my buddy Richard growing up, we used to listen to that a lot. It was great. We'd just be sitting in his room around his computer, like, ah! I remember really loving the goat one.
Yeah, the goat was so good.
Yeah. So, and this is probably what Sandler's most realistic comedy,
What
right?
do you mean?
Well, one of them, he's a man child that goes to the entire
that's
time,
true.
and Billy Madison, still a great movie.
I wonder if
peed
you
on
ever knew
myself
someone
real
like
cool. And then you got Happy Gilmore, a hockey guy that turns into a golf guy.
he was never really a hockey guy.
Yeah, it's like Waterboy. Just well, I guess that could be realistic, but it's it's just this one is just like, hey, it's just some down on his luck guy that finds a girl that can kind of sing, but he's not super good at singing, so he's a wedding singer.
But he's really good at making people happy.
Yeah, and then you got
That's what's
movies like Click, bedtime stories, where it's like, it's a little silly.
Yeah,
I guess Grown Ups is probably the most realistic out of all of his middle-aged men camping with their very attractive wives.
yeah, that's realistic.
Yeah. And definitely Sandler is best with Drew Barrymore. I mean,
Yeah.
between this and 50 First Dates, it's like, that's his perfect rom-com.
They're really
Girl.
great together.
Yeah. Because I know he's done some movies with like Jennifer Aniston and other girls, but it's just like, I feel like he has no better chemistry with Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
But that actually just might be Drew Barrymore because she's so charming and
That is true.
cute, right?
But like a lot of her movies, I'm not really into. But
E.T., bro?
yeah,
Yeah, she's the kid. E.T.
she's ET.
Charlie's Angel?
Yeah, like I didn't care for her in those movies, and there's some I just don't.
I'm going to slap you. I'm going to slap you silly.
But
What else
whenever
has she
she's with
been in?
Adam Sandler, it's always pretty funny.
It's
and
perfect.
good.
It's great. 51st Date, she makes me cry. They all do. Let's see. I'm trying to think, actually. Never Been Kissed? Never Been Seen by Me. Good one, Jesse.
Zing.
Fever Pitch, bro. Her and Jimmy made Jimmy Fallon seem like a good actor for a second.
I don't think I saw.
People
that.
hate that movie. I actually don't mind that movie. She executive produced, actually, Donnie Darko, which is kind of wild, isn't it?
She was good in that one, but she didn't really have a big role in it.
Yeah. I don't even remember in it, which is kind of crazy.
She's a teacher and English teacher.
She's in Poison Ivy. I don't know if you saw that. That was
I
like
didn't see it either.
that was like the movie series where like
Was she poisoned?
young girl who becomes an adult is trying to shed that like adorable girl's like
She's
persona.
not a butterfly.
So she does like
she's,
the sexy movie
she's a
or whatever. Let's see. Man,
she's a ficus.
Scream. Duh. Scream. That's probably like her most known movie probably, and she's like in it for 5 minutes. It's great.
I don't remember that at all.
She's at the beginning of Scream. You know, she's like, what's your favorite scary movie? The whole beginning?
Yeah, it's been so long. Since
Oh
I've
my
seen it.
gosh. Wow. Okay, well, we're doing Scream this Halloween, so.
I hope so. I remember liking it a lot.
Holy shit. Now that I'm looking at all her movies, I really just know her from like Scream and the Adam Sandler movies. That's crazy. Huh. Well, weird. Kind of makes me wish we still did wedding singers instead of DJs at weddings.
Well, have you ever been to?
I've never been to one with a band.
I've never had a wedding singer per se, but I have been to a place that had a lounge singer, and that was
Really?
and he was really bad at it. Like he was a good singer, but he would in between songs work with the crowd,
Yeah.
and he sucked.
He
ass.
sucks. Hey, anybody hear about 9/11? Huh? How about that, huh?
that would
tell
have been
you-
kind of funny.
I tell you what's not going down. This marriage.
Love stakes, am I right?
Oh, that's so good. Man, I can't wait to get to that song has a very big part of my did not age well section to the movie. I will say there is so much in this movie that's like, yikes, dude. They wouldn't make this movie anymore.
Yeah,
But, you
like
know.
when they're all grabbing each other's asses,
Yeah.
and like he hands the girl off to another boy.
Yeah.
Like, man.
Oh, that's so funny. It's so sweet though.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
could.
there's probably
Mm.
nothing probably happened. You know,
Yeah, I don't think so. We're not going to talk
it's
about
just kind of fun.
it. Yeah.
It was a fun scene.
So let's get into some facts. Who do you think probably helped work on this script?
Jesus.
No, but let me tell you. So asked by director Frank Corcrocci, I don't know. No, he also did Waterboy. So asked by director Frank Corcrocci, whatever, to polish the script, Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia,
Oh right.
spent
yeah.
6 months on it, making it her special mission to add heart and strength and dimension to the Drew Barrymore character, Julia. Thereafter, when she was asked what her secret sauce for script doctoring, she replied, "Make the woman smarter and the love scenes better." Judd Apatow and Sandler also worked on the screenplay. So
That's cool.
Carrie Fisher and Judd Apatow
That's
and Adam
awesome.
Sandler.
I didn't know she did that.
Yeah, she
type of
actually she spent like a lot of the 90s and 2000s doctoring scripts and stuff. Like they'd bring her in to add like comedy and stuff to it. Yeah,
That's cool.
on a lot of movies. I wish I had all those movies in front of me right now so I could tell you. So there's a musical adaptation of this movie that opened at Al Hirschfield Theater on April 27, 2006 and ran for 285 performances. It was nominated for the 2006 Tony Awards for Best Musical. Is that not crazy?
That's awesome.
It won for Best Musical.
That's
at a
what I
Tony.
was thinking. Like,
So great.
you could make a theater production of this.
Yeah, it would be super easy and be hilarious.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Like I would love to go to a wedding singer play, and I don't even like plays.
I do. I love it.
I like being in them, not as a main part because I like to be
I was never
five to
in any of
six
them.
different characters, and then I just mainly got to hang out backstage making.
It's just
jokes.
like you in the same costume, but they're like changing out your facial hair between
Dude,
scenes.
A lot, yeah. I just play like a bunch of small parts. I'd come in, be like, guys, someone talks on the phone with, I'd come out and I like had to kill somebody. This was in Guys and Dolls. And so I got to like took a phone call. It's like, yeah, I'll get you some stuff. And I go in, I'm like pretending I'm killing somebody. He's like, don't ever steal from me again. Bang, bang, bang. Oh, that was so fun. Yeah. So Jim Carrey was considered for the role of Glenn. The bad guy.
Yeah.
And Christopher McDonald, who had played a similar role in Shooter McGavin.
Yes.
Charlie Sheen also was up for the role. Jack Black, Owen Wilson, and Matthew Broderick was all considered. And I guess the director pushed to cast Christopher McDonald as Glenn because of his role as Shooter McGavin from Happy Gilmore. But this was vetoed.
That was a big part of it.
Yeah. But this was vetoed by Sandler as McDonald in real life is 20 years older than Drew Barrymore, who plays Julia, and he wanted a younger actor for the role. McDonald has tried to work with Sandler again since Happy Gilmore, but Sandler has turned him down Even though they are friends in real life, Sandler always insists that McDonald's will always be remembered as Shooter. Broderick was the next choice, but was rejected because Sandler thought that he was too nice to play a villain. Sandler asked Ben Stiller, who also appeared in Happy Gilmore, but he was busy with There's Something About Mary. David Spade was also considered, but
that would have been too funny.
He was considered, but wasn't ready to take on a big role in a movie again because of problems on set in Black Sheep, which I do not know what those problems were. I think there's something about the guy in this one, what's his name? Matthew Glave, that plays Glenn, that he's perfectly douchey, and
yeah, very much so.
Nothing about him makes you want him to change his life and make him better. It's like, you know what? Fuck you, dude. Do not like you, will never like you.
I'm pretty sure he was the guy in Empire Records that was like the same kind of douchey character, but he was a pop star.
I've actually never seen Empire Records.
Empire Records was pretty good. It's very
yeah, it's like a cult movie. Like people love it. Something cool about this. Did I say this was the Sandler's first comedy to gross over 100 million?
Oh shit.
Yeah. And it's funny because
Billy Madison didn't.
No, I doubt it. It made 100 million right here in my heart. My life loves Billy Madison. It's great.
Oh my god.
All right, she's just like, oh, we got to watch Billy Madison. And so we did, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember Billy Madison. It's fun. And then to see immediately, yes. I was like, what? I don't remember this.
It's on Porno or Magazine Day.
Yeah.
And he pulls out the women over 80 catalog. Oh.
His fight with the penguin. And then, shit, what's his name? Tommy Boy guy. Blanking.
Farley.
Chris Farley, yeah, as the school bus driver.
Yes.
Dude, he's the best part. I was like, I will run this thing into a tree. So good.
And he gets shirtless and takes off his top.
Yeah.
Teach him, the tutor.
Yeah. I actually thought this was my favorite fact. So, do you watch the movie George of the Jungle?
Yes.
Yeah, with what's his name?
That's the guy I was trying to think of earlier, I think.
Oh, really?
I can't remember his name, but I used to love the cartoon. I remember being disappointed.
Brendan Fraser and Leslie Mann's in that.
That's not who I was talking about. At all.
Well, originally they were considered. Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore were considered for George of the Jungle. That would have been such a different movie, dude. That would have been wild.
He'd be making like Billy Madison noises, swinging on ropes.
I don't even know. He wouldn't do that's for sure. But yeah, I think this movie is it's so fucking sweet. And I just wish I lived in this movie. It seems like a great world.
In the 80s.
You get meatballs from old ladies. That girl, she crushes. She's so sweet. And she's got like the best
Patricia
voice.
Dow or
something
something
like that. I don't know. I absolutely love her though. She's so good. I guess we should probably just go ahead and get into the plot. I can't wait to start just yelling about this movie. But before we get into the plot, make sure that while we go through it, you try to figure out what's the point of this movie. Is it just to entertain? Is it just to make you laugh? Or is there an overall messaging to this movie? So think about that as we go through the plot, which will we be doing right now. So, movie starts. It's we meet Robbie, who dreamed of one day becoming a big rock star, but instead he has become one of the most entertaining wedding singers in town of Richfield, New Jersey in 1985. He only plays 2 weddings in the movie called Wedding Singer.
He does the Jewish one.
He does the bar mitzvah.
Bar mitzvah. Yeah. Bat mitzvah.
And I love that, what's her name? George, the boy George, or whatever his name is. He like plays the same song in both of them. It's like, it's got one song.
He was a one-hit wonder, kind of, you can call it that.
Yeah. So Robbie bands includes George Stitzer, played by Alexis Arquette, keyboardist and singer played by Randy Raz, and John Vanna. Movie opens with like Spin Me, Ride Round. You got grandma dancing, big lady eating cake, and kid drinking.
Yes, that's with his friend.
Yeah.
I love how all of, like Adam Sandler's friends in their movies are like they're nice, but they're just such pieces of
They're
shit.
such pieces of shit. It's like, yeah, if you talk to any of them, they'll be like, oh, he seems like a pretty good guy, but they're always doing something bad in the background. At Robbie's latest wedding gig, he saves the wedding toast from being ruined by the groom's alcoholic brother, David, played by Steve Buscemi. Hell yeah, he's so good.
He looks at George, he's like, I like her.
Yeah. By telling him he understands love because he has a lady as well and catches the eye of a waitress at the function named Julia. Yeah, so good. I put prostitutes. I'm a person too. I don't remember what that was supposed to be about.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Remember maybe his speech?
Yeah, it must have been. Oh, yeah.
He's like, hey,
yeah,
David.
Great. He talks about the prostitutes, like him and the groom guy.
I think they were prostitutes, but I don't remember paying them.
And then, like, he ends his speech like, I'm a person too. I'm a person too. I love that. I don't know if you watched, like, there was a Sandler. He was getting an award or something, or is this like an appreciation night for Adam Sandler? And Buscemi came on stage and he was like, I'd like to thank Adam Sandler for constantly giving me money by putting me in small parts in his movies and making me do the weirdest thing. You should watch some of that. It's really heartwarming and moving.
That's
Everybody that talked there like absolutely loves Adam Sandler. He seems like a genuinely great guy.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's like he's Hollywood's favorite guy who wears hoodies.
And flip-flops to the red carpet events.
Yeah. Then George sings, do you really want to hurt me? Everybody in the audience is like, we don't know.
It's like,
we don't understand the situation. We have questions.
Doesn't his friend say like horrifying or something?
And then, as you said earlier, Steve Buscemi's like, oh, nice lady. Robbie goes outside to talk to his best friend, Sammy, who's eyeballing Julia. Or he just goes to talk. It's like, yeah, that's Julia. Oh, she's got it. She's going to get it. And she doesn't even know it. She's like, okay, cool. I love Sammy. He actually might be my favorite character in the movie.
Yeah.
He's so good.
His outfit.
Yeah.
Like Michael Jackson.
He just like
beat it outfit.
Constantly saying the stupidest stuff. Afterwards, Julie and Robbie meet outside and they both tell how they are engaged. Robbie to his girlfriend Linda and Julia to her boyfriend Glenn. I can't wait till we find out Glenn's last name. It's like the best part of the movie. Noting Robbie's handling of the situation inside the wedding, Julia wants him to sing at her wedding, to which Robbie happily agrees to because they're not in love yet. So he's like, yeah, I'll do it. This won't become like a situation for an entire movie. Yeah. Linda's fiance, businessman and bond investor Glenn Gulia. Hell yeah. What a last name.
Gulia.
Has yet to set a date. They have engaged for 2 years and now Linda is starting to doubt Glenn's intentions. This is just where you're immediately like, well, Sandler and Barrymore, perfect little couple. Wish they married in real life.
Star-crossed.
Yeah.
Love us.
So Robbie is helping. We cut to Robbie helping an old lady with singing. And they talk about like his upcoming wedding. She asks if he's worried about sex on the wedding night because apparently she slept with 8 men back in the day. And she's like, back then that was a sizable number. Feels like 100 now.
Love that shit.
And then like as
you ever find out one of your grandparents was kind of a hoe?
No, never talked to him about sex.
No, well, we found out much later about my grandfather. He was in the Korean War.
Oh.
He couldn't come. Way to go, Pa.
It's just like in Korea, there's like a bunch of like American Korean.
Well,
he'd
be writing letters, and he wrote a bunch of letters home, and some of them would talk about like things that were obviously sex related, like really? Infections or something.
Wow. Hey, by the way, did you give me this? It's writing like 50 different girls from Korea. It's like, no, it wasn't me. Wish you didn't say this in a letter.
Yeah, it's really weird.
It's like, this is 10 years later. I'm married. I really wish you didn't send me this letter. And as he leaves, she gives him like meatballs in his hands.
Hell yeah.
It's great. It's like, I'm out of Tupperware. Here, take these. And he eats it. That's a good meatball. That's a good meatball.
Wait, would you wrap it in newspaper or something?
I be like, put it on a plate.
Put it in my pocket.
And give me a bowl and I'll bring it back to you the next time I see you, lady. Don't put them in my hand. But it's great.
She's so sweet.
Yeah. So we learn Julia moved to Richfield so she could be closer to Glenn. Angie is Julia's mother and asked her to fake a pregnancy to pressure Glenn into marrying her quickly. Here's the thing. This lady, she's in Friends as Monica's mother.
Oh, nice.
Gives equally bad advice in that movie too,
really
in that show too. Yeah, she's kind of a great bad mom. But yeah, it's just funny because we did Elliot Gould, who is Monica's dad, and now we're doing this movie because he's in Ocean's 11.
Right.
Now we're doing this, and it's the mom. It's great. People really love that show. They're in everything. So eventually, Robbie and Linda's wedding day arrives, and everyone is there except for Linda. Bum, bum, bum. It soon becomes apparent that Linda has decided not to go through the wedding, leaving Robbie heartbroken and despondent.
It's embarrassing.
Just goes into his little like tent where I guess he's like getting ready. He's like, there is nothing better than Adam Sandler screaming. It's like even in his newer movies, even though they're all kind of bad, when he starts to scream, it's great. Like Hoobie Halloween is very mediocre comedy, but it's so funny, really, and I watch it every year for Halloween, just because there's the parts where like he's getting scared all the time by everybody, and so he's just constantly like, and it always works. And plus, what's his name? Tim Robinson's in that. Not Tim Robbins. The Ladies' Man. Yeah, Tim Meadows. Yeah, one of the funniest people alive.
Nice.
Anytime he pops up in a movie, it's like this is the funniest guy because he's in Brooklyn Nine-Nine and he's like a cannibal. But like Jake Peralta doesn't know it, and he's like becoming friends with him, and then he starts figuring out because he's like in prison with him or for whatever reason. And then he's just like, yeah, you haven't done anything that bad. It's like, yeah, I only 8 people. And he's like, oh. And then like the rest of his jokes are about cannibalism.
Yeah, that's awesome. And we'll like walk the line. And then like, you never bought drugs. Not once.
Oh, yeah. He's the best part of that movie, too. Oh, God. So after the wedding is called off, Linda meets with Robbie and reveals that she fell in love with him for his ambitions of being a rock star and his band being called Final Warning, which was 6 years ago. She reveals her concerns of the ending up being stuck in Richfield, married to Robbie, and raising kids in his sister's Kate's basement. Katie is married to Andy, Frank Servo, and has 2 kids, Tyler and Petey. I love Andy because he's got like I don't know what type of hair you even call that. It's just really weird. He looks like he should be a Las Vegas singer, and he just starts talking, and it just goes on. And it's like I don't even know what I was saying at the end of it. It's so funny.
Or is it kind of like the big feather hair? Like,
well, it's almost kind of like Adam Sandler's hair, but like his actual hair. I don't know how to explain it. It's weird, and he's constantly got his shirt like half open.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and then but like the best part of him talking to Linda is the conversation, because at first she's like, well, that'd been nice to know yesterday. And then later on, it's like, Linda, oh, yeah, sure. Living in your sister's basements with 5 kids while you're off every weekends doing wedding gigs at a whopping $60 a pop. Once again, things that could have been brought to my attention yesterday. Always so funny. Ugh, love it. So, yeah. Then we cut to Glenn and Julia. Glenn gives Julia 2 tickets to Vegas to get married, but Julia wants a wedding. Glenn agrees to a wedding in Richfield. He seems nice. So far, he's like, that's whatever. This wedding's for you anyways. I don't care.
Super nice.
We see Robbie sinks in depression. Listening to The Cure will do it, of course.
Yes.
Causing his friends and family to be concerned. Robbie's best friend, Sammy, attempts to get him to snap out of his misery and play another wedding gig.
So I should have just got myself wet. That's so funny. Just simple, quick line.
So we cut to Robbie, who's in like a bad mood, starts disrupting a wedding toast in which he insults the bride's father and breaks into a dour rendition of the song "Love Stings." And this is where we get the quote at the beginning.
The people in the crowd who will never find love.
Yeah, it's like those guys.
The fat guy, the guy with the side, or the lady with the sideburns.
Yeah, and then like all of table 13 or whatever.
Table 9.
Table 9, yeah. And they're all like, ugh. Pretty much the this entire scene does not age well. Very mean spirited. And it's hilarious. And then like, so he starts singing and he gets all like, the ugly people quotations, singing love stinks as well. And then like the father gets up and punches his lights out.
Just beats the shit out of him.
Kind of the black and red wedding, kind of cool.
Yeah.
Actually kind of
like the red wedding
is
from
very,
Game of Thrones.
very 80s, and probably wouldn't work now, but I was like, this is kind of a fucking sick wedding. I really enjoyed it. So Julia meets with Robbie afterwards and she's like, talking to Sammy is like, who told him to do this? There's no reason he should be at a wedding. Sammy's like, oh yeah, I don't know. He just wanted to do it. But then Julia and Robbie meet afterwards, hoping that he'll still play for her and Glenn's wedding. However, he now expresses doubt about participating. He's like, I don't know. I'm Adam Sandler.
Yeah,
I'm sad.
He's so fucking pitiful.
It's like drunk. He got thrown into a dumpster. He's like, I was just going to stay here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he climbed in there.
So we're at Julia's engagement party. Glenn asks Julia to do all the wedding planning because he's bad at it. Uh-oh, asshole alert.
Yes.
He's dressed like Miami Vice, which they give him a lot of shit for. And it's funny because it probably was lame to like Miami Vice back in the day, but...
No, I don't think so.
Or it seems like there's probably like a...
Tom Selleck with the giant mustache?
I feel like it was probably a very bro thing in the 80s.
Yes.
Versus now everybody looks on it in a nostalgia way. It's like I saw it in the 90s a lot because it was like always on something. And that's where I saw it. And then I started rewatching. I was like, oh yeah, this is the best thing I've ever seen. Especially that first episode is maybe the best pilot ever made. It's between that and Lost. Have you ever seen the pilot?
I don't think so.
Oh, you should go home and watch the pilot. Miami Vice rules, dude. So.
Oh, you're talking about the movie?
No, this show.
This show. Okay, no.
The movie, also good.
Okay.
Very good. So Sammy and Robbie show up. Sammy is dressed as Michael Jackson.
Yes.
It's like, do I look cool? It's like, no.
Yeah.
Julia and Robbie have fun picking on Sammy. It's like, he's like, because he's kind of talking to her. Then Robbie's just like, yeah, I don't know if you know this, Julia, but apparently he was going to give it to you. It's like, he's going to give it to you and you don't even know about it.
Oh,
It's like, oh, really? What were you going to give me, Sammy? It's like, shut up, and just walks away. Robbie asks about wedding planning, and it turns out Robbie knows a lot about weddings because she's like, oh, I'm going to go to, what did she say, like Marshall's or something? It's like, don't go there.
Is she trying to be a professional wedding planner?
No, she's just got to plan the wedding, and her fiance will not help Glenn. So eventually Robbie's spirit starts to perk up, and he ends up doing a bar mitzvah with Julia acting as a waitress. We still got George. He's still playing Do You Really Want to Hurt Me?
Yeah.
Whenever Adam Sandler wants to take a break.
That's the only song he knows.
Yeah. Robbie sees a sad kid sitting alone and makes him cool by having Julia dance with him. It's very sweet. And then you got like kids putting like his hands on her butt.
Grabs her butt.
And she's like,
he's like, go with it.
And Sandler's like, yeah, get it, boy.
Yeah, he does that thing with his mouth, his tongue, and his fingers.
Yeah, definitely does not do that. That would be insane. Then Robbie dances, and everybody's just touching each other's butts.
Yes,
and that's how
great.
every party should end. Everybody's butts being touched.
Even his two friends are grabbing each other's butts.
Yeah, they're grabbing each other's butts. It's great. So after the festivities, Julie asks Robbie if he'll help her plan her wedding because his advice with the flowers was right. Robbie agrees, and him and Julia go out to the photographer, and he lowers the price of her picture. He's like, we don't do pictures that low. And he's like, I most certainly know that you do. The photographer thinks that the wedding is for them, so they act like brother and sister. And at first it starts off like, we're playful, and then it gets like really aggressive, and it's like, that's such an Adam Sandler movie thing too, and it's so great. But I just love it because Drew Barrymore's like just as much into it, right? It's great. And I feel like
doesn't she do the same thing in the one where he's a billionaire?
Which one's that?
Where Adam Sandler's the son of the billionaire or something.
Oh, Mr. Deeds?
Mr. Deeds.
I don't...
That wasn't her.
Yeah, that wasn't her.
Oh,
She's on that. She's in 51st Dates and Blended.
Yeah.
I can't remember who's in... Oh, that's Winona Ryder's in Mr. Deeds, I believe.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so next they look for a wedding singer, and this is where we get John Lovitz. It's the best. He's very mean to Robbie, and he's like, Julia's like, well, you just made this decision easy. You're not the wedding singer.
Oh yeah.
Something about John Lovitz, it's like when I see him, I'm just like, I feel good. I feel good about this
You're
whole
a rat
situation.
race.
Yeah. Oh, he's the best. So they're like running from like the Nazis.
Well, they go to a Nazi museum
Yeah,
and they
that's right.
steal Hitler's car.
And that's where you get like the kid, I'm prairie dogging over here. That was a big quote in high school for at my high school. Like anytime somebody I go to the bathroom, it's like, I'm prairie dogging over here. It's like, what's prairie
That's one of my
dogging?
favorite
It's like,
movies
you know,
ever.
when the prairie dog goes in and out of the hole, and it's like, ah.
Yeah, I had to explain that to my kids.
We have got to do rat race at some point. So Robbie tells Julia he has always just wanted to be a songwriter. She encourages him to sing one of his songs. You don't know
Yes.
how much I need you.
I think he's really ahead of his time.
I know. But then it's like the best. Oh, would you kill me, please? Pretty, please. Kill me. I want to die. Pull a bullet in my head. It's the best.
Yeah,
Like
it's a good song.
I remember like when I first watched this movie and it was on Comedy Central and that song happened and I was like, I need to buy the soundtrack. And I did. I don't know where that soundtrack is,
Oh, it's
but
too
I owned
bad.
it. But now you can just listen to it on Spotify, which is nice. Yeah, but I love Adam Sandler's song.
Yeah.
It's great. I wonder if he wrote this song or if it was just in the script. I like to think he wrote it.
Yeah, he did.
And before he started singing that, he's like, I'm sorry, I've been listening to The Cure a lot lately.
I like The Cure.
Yeah. And then as like he stops singing, John Lovett's like, he's losing his mind and I'm reaping all the benefits. Then he just like slowly goes behind the curtain and it's so good.
What benefit?
Because there's no other wedding singers, I guess.
Trying to be like an evil genius, competitor.
I guess like $60 for like singing at a wedding isn't too bad in the 80s, right?
Yeah, 85.
You figured you'd at least get like 100 or something
Yeah.
a weekend. Then hoping you can do like 2 or 3 a weekend.
I don't know.
would
You
be
could
too bad
also
in the
work
80s.
at McDonald's and pay rent in the 80s.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So Robbie and Julia go out to get ice cream. Julie asks about Robbie and Linda's breakup. She wants to know where it might have went wrong. He says that one time on his first date, Linda didn't give up a window seat whenever they're in his like his first flight or whatever.
Yeah.
And she's like, she wouldn't let him have the window seat. And he's like, that's how I knew it was not going to work out.
Yeah,
But that's
pretty
true.
fucked up.
That's such a thing, though.
It's such a jerk.
Yeah. And then Robbie, Julia, and Sammy, Holly, and Julia's mom go out and do wedding cake tasting, dress shopping. We see Sammy tries out for limo driver, even though he's the only one in town. And it's great. It's like, how did I do? It's like terrible.
You still got to audition.
It's like you hit half the cones. It's like if those were her wedding guests. Like it's one of my favorite quotes. They were cones.
Perfect.
And then Sammy drives Robbie. Oh, and then also
it was written by Adam Sandler. Somebody
was it
told
the
me.
song?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That was great. And then when they're wedding dress shopping, you got Holly, Julia's friend, like kind of gets one that's like a little see-through and stuff. And then George like picks the one that they're going to actually use. And it comes out and she's like spins it around. And she gets so excited. So then, yeah, Sammy drives Robbie home and Sammy tells him he likes her. He loves the fact that she left her jacket in the limo because he's like, oh, she left the jacket. Oh, that was when we were doing this and this. And Sammy's like, oh, you like her, dude.
Shit.
He's like, no. So then Julia and Holly talk about the wedding kiss. Bum, bum, bum.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's going to be watching.
It's like, yeah, it's like, you don't want it to be like a like lip kiss. It's like, it's your first kiss as a couple. It should be open mouth a little bit. It's like, how much tongue should I do? It's like, she's like, you should use your tongue. She's like, yeah, but like it should be like church tongue. It's like
church tongue.
Church tongue. What is that?
We all know.
But then Robbie comes in with Julia's jacket. And then Holly's like, "Oh, we need to see what type of kiss it should be." It's like, "How about you two kiss?" And it's like,
Oh shit! No, that shouldn't happen.
Holly, what are you talking about here, lady? It's like, she's getting married. So Holly and Julia has Julia and Robbie kiss, and it's so romantic. And then I love they end up kissing. He's like, "I just came to give her a jacket." And then Glenn comes in. Me and her kissed. It didn't mean anything. Then Glenn's just like, he doesn't care. He's like, "I don't care, dude."
Yeah.
It's like, whatever. Holly asks Julia if she can go out with Robbie. Glenn says Robbie should get laid, which he will if he goes out with Holly. And then you see Julia, she's super bummed. And it's like, no, this tangled web we weave. So Robbie,
he's always trying to get his buddy laid. That's so nice.
Yeah, right.
He's like, married. When earlier he's talking about marriage. He's like, married. I just want to get someone to play with your ding dong.
Yeah, right.
That's a true friend.
Yeah. So Robbie is helping Rosie with working out. The older lady, Rosie. She's just like, she's like really strong. She asks if Robbie is uncomfortable showing his penis with a new woman. It's like, I remember seeing you as a kid. It had good shape.
Oh God.
She plays as a girl who he wants to ask out. So he's like, "Hey, will you go out with me?" "No, your penis is too small." And then she says, "You'll know when you meet the right girl. It's not how you feel about her. It's how she makes you feel about yourself." I wonder if this could be the point of the movie, maybe. I don't know. That's what I was kind of thinking. So then Julia comes up. Julia shows up and asks if he will go out on a date with Holly. Robbie is bummed that she asked, but he says yes anyways. It's like, he's just gonna go out with Holly, hoping that maybe Glenn and Holly gets together so he can be with Julia. I don't know. Figure that.
Maybe
that'd be a shitty plot line. Yeah. So Robbie eventually goes out for a party with Holly, Julia, and Julia's fiance Glenn at Spanky's.
Yes.
Man, 80s clubs back in the day. They had the best names, dude.
It's kind of like Fuddruckers.
Yeah. Even if you think about Toots is a bad name, Hooters is a terrible name.
Yeah. What was the one with the mountains? There's just Boob Mountain.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. Because it's named after
Twin Peaks.
I went there because it was for someone's birthday party. Oh, it was Dakota's, and they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna go to Twin Peaks," and I was like, "Cool." It's like, man, I didn't know they had a Twin Peaks themed restaurant in Tennessee because I was thinking it was the show Twin Peaks. Then I got there and I was like, "Oh, this is way better. This is girls in little clothing." I'm not gonna lie. I was very disappointed.
Oh,
I was really hoping for a Twin Peaks theme.
Yeah,
it would have been great. I was like, everybody's dressed like Kyle MacLachlan. This is great.
Yeah, that would have been incredible.
There's a lot of people dancing backwards in a red room. This is fun. So at the party, Julie gets sick and Robbie gets to see that Glenn is anything but a nice guy as he notices Glenn has no problem oogling other women on the dance floor. Robbie learns from Glenn that he cheats on Julia frequently and plans to continue after they are married. And Robbie also learns Julia will be Julia Gulia. He's like, she's going to be Julia Gulia? He's like, what's wrong with that? Oh, sucks, man. Why'd Glenn have to be a shitty guy, you know?
That's who he is.
It's I get, all romantic comedies can have to be that. But I like when romantic comedies have, the guy, two guys are after one girl. Girl's already with a guy, but I feel like it'd be more interesting if Glenn was actually a good guy.
Oh.
And then it's just shit.
It'd be much harder.
Who do I pick?
Yeah.
But then I guess at that point, the
movie would be more about Julia then.
Yeah, it should have been a Julia movie, which I guess I'm sure there's one movie like that.
Oh, yeah.
But it's
every Hallmark movie ever made.
Yeah, that's sure. It's and if you know any movies like that, let me know. I'd totally love to watch it. You can let us know at the link in our description or at We Recommend Movies mailbag at gmail.com. So yeah, the night ends and Robbie helps Julia to Glenn's DeLorean.
Hell yeah.
And then when they open the door, it's Miami Vice theme playing. Yeah. After everyone leaves, Holly tries to hook up with Robbie.
How many 80s tropes can we get?
I know.
We squeeze in here.
It's great. We didn't even talk about how it's in the 80s, but I think that's what makes the movie so much better.
Yeah, it's very nostalgic.
Yeah, very nostalgic. It's great. After everyone leaves, Holly tries to hook up with Robbie, but soon he sees that he likes Julia. Julia and Robbie are increasingly confused by their deepening feelings for each other. Because, like, he just keeps asking Holly things about, like, does Glenn, like, stay over there often? It's like, dude, they're engaged, like, probably. And then Holly's like, oh, shit. And this is where Holly tells him, it's like, she's only in it for the security and money. Or just the security. She doesn't say money.
Yeah.
And then, and he's like, she tells Robbie's like, is that what she wants? He's like, that's what all girls want, protection and security. It's like, no, bro, that's not what all girls want.
Well, I think those can mean different things.
Yeah. It's like, it could just be being a good guy. It's the security and protection that people need, right?
Right?
It's not all just about money. It's like, you can just live in a small house. You don't need a big house. Everybody, you don't need a big house. Stop buying big houses. They're not worth it. Unless you have like a giant family, and then I get it at that point. Yeah.
Like 37 kids.
Yeah. Or even 3. I feel like you need a pretty decent sized house even with just 3, right? So the next day, Holly tells Julia that Robbie doesn't like Glenn and tells Julia that the only reason she's marrying Glenn is for security. And she's like, no, I'm not. It's like, then why are you marrying her? And then she's got no answer. It's like great. And then she just like puts her head down. And it's like, oh, Julia, you're stuck in a situation here. So then Robbie unsuccessfully pursues a job at a bank trying to make some of that cash. You got Kevin Nealon as the bank guy. It's great.
So funny.
I love him.
Julia, I really liked him in Weeds.
Oh, I've never seen Weeds. He's in like almost all of Sandler's movies, though, which is great. Julia is dismayed at his materialism because he immediately is just like, I'm just trying to earn my chunk of cash, This is a material world, baby, and I'm a material guy. And he accuses her of the same, and she becomes angry with him. She throws her gift for Robbie in the air, and it's sheets of music paper with his name on it. It's like, I fucking hate this part of rom-coms. Like, I'm totally good with rom-coms. Love them.
Oh, when the special gift is destroyed?
Well, no, it's just like, everything's all happy like the whole time. Like, oh, they're falling in love. And then it's just like, fuck! Why? Why do we always have to do this? I want a movie with no tension ever and people just falling in love.
It's the roller coaster of love.
Why does there have to be peaks and valleys in movies? Who made this structure? Oh, I guess, a billion movies have.
Got you hooked.
Yeah. But then it's like, I know, I just got to wait 10 minutes. They'll be back together.
Yes.
Like every rom-com. So, depressed, he decides to follow Sammy's example of only having shallow relationships with women, in response to which Sammy confides that he is unhappy and encourages Robbie to tell Julia how he feels. And he's like, no one wants to see a 50-year-old guy hit on chicks. And then you got the whole time, you got the old man sitting there drinking next to him and he just like ends up joining. He's like, all I want is a hug. Sammy's like, I just want a hug. And he's like, I'm right here for you. I just love that this old man comes out of nowhere and he's like, I'm a part of the movie now.
Yeah, they're the same. Like he's probably been through all the things he's talking about.
And that guy's in a few, like you've probably seen this old man in like a lot of movies. He's great. Yeah. He's not Blue, is he? From Old School?
I don't remember.
So Robbie grapples with his feelings and eventually decides to tell Julia his true feelings. Meanwhile, Julia confides in her mother and that she has fallen out of love with Glenn, has developed feelings for Robbie, the wedding singer, she says, and bursts into tears thinking about becoming Mrs. Julia Gulia. When she cries, like because she gets in front of a mirror and she starts saying, it's like, Mr. Mrs. Mr. or Mr. and Mrs. Julia Gulia. She starts crying. And then she's like, it's like Mr. and Mrs. Robbie Hart. And she's like, oh, and she's like all smiley. And then you have Robbie down there like, oh no, she's so happy. And then one other thing, I feel like the mom is just really bad at detecting what her daughter is going through, right?
Of course.
She's like, you just got cold feet, toots, get out of here. Oh, and then I love that the melody to the song that he plays on the airplane is the same song playing in the background of this scene, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The Want to Grow Old with You?
Yeah. Oh, God, dude, I might cry. I literally might cry right now. So, heartbroken, Robbie leaves to get drunk and finds Glenn in the midst of his pre-wedding bachelor party, arm in arm with another woman. Bum, bum, bum. After a heated exchange, Robbie's like, all right, I've only fought one kid in 4th grade, but I beat the shit out of that kid, and now I'm going to beat the shit out of you. Old man goes to punch. He's like, it's just like, does nothing. And then Glenn punches the shit out of him. And then he mocks him. He's like, I got punched in the nose for sticking my nose in other people's business. It's like his weird little dance that he does. It's like his little hands are doing something.
Oh, I love it.
It's like, wow, this guy's hilarious, actually. I get why Julia is marrying him. So Robbie stumbles home to find Linda waiting for him, wanting to reconcile, but whenever they go inside, passes out. The following morning, Linda answers the door and introduces herself as fiancée to the crestfallen Julia. They just can't catch a fucking break here.
No.
They just keep like screwing everything up over and over and over. Oh, rom-coms, they make me feel bad. But then Robbie...
just peeking right now.
I'm peeking, dude. And all the screaming I've done during the quotes, we're peaking the audio, that's for sure. So Robbie wakes up and after shaking off his hangover from the previous night, rejects Linda's wanting to get back together, having realized how shallow she is during this time with Julia, and kicks her out. It's like, also take off my Van Halen t-shirt before they break up. The year after this movie is set, they broke up. Oh, shit. That was the joke.
She's so horrible.
Yeah.
It's all her fault.
Yeah. So we see Julia. She runs to Glenn, who is sleeping off the events of the previous night, and tells him she wants to be married immediately. And she's like, let's go to Vegas. And he's like, I love when she wakes him up. He's got a pretty funny face. Where he's like, he's got like what in like leopard print underwear or whatever. Yeah. It's so funny. After
it's be hers, right?
Yeah. After the 50th wedding anniversary party for his neighbor Rosie, to whom he has been giving singing lessons to, he realizes he wants to grow old with Julia, and with Rosie's encouragement, he decides to pursue her. And then Rosie raps.
Yes.
Hell yeah. To the hip, hop, hip, hip. I love this old lady.
Yeah, dude. Is that the song he's been helping her with?
No, it's like, because at the beginning, they're doing like a little piano song, and it's so sweet.
Yeah.
So he goes to run to Julia. Just then, Holly arrives and informs him of Julia's encounter with Linda. So Robbie rushes to the airport and gets a first-class ticket to Las Vegas. And you have the whole thing with like him borrowing Sammy's credit card. It's like, I'll pay you back. It's like, no, you won't. And then it's Holly's like, ooh, Sammy, that was sweet. And they're going to get together and it's a perfect couple. I'm like, yes, Sammy. He's going to turn his life around. I could just see Sammy having like Sammy and Holly having like 5 kids. It's like they're totally overwhelmed, but it's like a perfect little fun couple.
Yeah, she's always so cute.
Yeah, and that was end up being Ben Stiller's wife for a while. They got divorced, but I think they got back together.
Huh.
Cause she's in Dodgeball.
Yeah.
And
I didn't know he married her.
What's the other movie? Fuck. Zoolander. Yeah. And she's also in Friends as Ross's girlfriend. So on the plane, Julia asks Glenn for the window seat, but Glenn declines, but will let her lean over him to look out when they get to Las Vegas. Like, what a fucking asshole, dude. God. And then that's just like, well, Julia, as soon as you land, be like, Glenn, why don't you go get us a taxi? And then you turn around and get back on that flight. She's like, oh, sorry, I'm leaving. I want to sit by the window.
Allowed to do that. Like, just get right back on the same plane.
Oh, no. Well, you'll get like another ticket. Meanwhile, Robbie is learning.
Plane's going somewhere else later.
Right. It's like, well, I'll take it anyways. Meanwhile, Robbie is learning how to be on the first. Robbie is learning how to be on first class because, like, they give him a towel and he's like, I don't know what to do with this. And he sees people like putting it on their face because it's a warm towel. It's funny. He notices Billy Idol on the plane. He starts telling some of the passengers about his story. And then like, we'll cut back to Julia and Glenn and it's like, they did something dumb or whatever. Or it's like, she gets hit by the car. She's like, ooh, could you ask him for a drink when you come back? And then it cuts back to Robbie, and then all of a sudden, everybody is around him, like on first class. Even Billy Idol's like, oh, man, she shouldn't be with Glenn. She should be with you. So after telling his story to the empathetic fellow passengers, which include Billy Idol, Robbie learns that Glenn and Julia are on the same flight. Because, like, one of the stewardess come back. It's like, this guy just tried to hit on me and asked me to go to the bathroom to join the Mile High Club.
Oh, shit.
Then you have the one lady in first class. What's the Mile High Club? Billy Idol's like, yeah. And with the help of Billy Idol and the flight crew over the loudspeaker, he sings a song he has written called Grow Old With You, dedicated to Julia. And I love that Billy Idol's like, it's like this, we have a first-class passenger who's going to sing to girl and coach. And since we let our first-class passengers do whatever they like, we're going to let this happen. And then he comes out, and it's a fucking great, sweet song. Me and my wife, we watched it earlier this year. We're both like,
gagging,
this is
puking.
This is a good movie, isn't it? I don't know. It's just like a really sweet song, and Adam Sandler is kind of a good singer, and Drew Barrymore just crushes the happy tears. And then Glenn starts getting all pissed. He's like, "Oh, beat the shit out of him." And he like runs into Billy, like people are pushing the carts into him. And then goes to the other aisle, and then it's Billy Idol pushing a cart. Together. And he's like, "Get out of my way, Billy Idol." And then a guy with a Billy Idol shirt stands up. He's like a biker guy. He's like, "Nobody talks to Billy Idol that way." It's so funny and so sweet. And it's just,
almost too sweet.
It's oh no, it's not sweet enough.
I passed that gene on to my daughter. Every time she's watching anything and there's any hint of a relationship, like love or anything like that, she just gets completely disgusted.
That's so funny because we watch shows and stuff, like no matter what it is, guy girl talking to each other, girl talking to each other, guy talking to each other, and I'm like, wait, this is kind of sweet. I'm like, kiss. Everybody should just be kissing in the show.
Sometimes it'd be like that.
I don't know. I like to think I'm a romantic, especially when it comes to my movies. So as Robbie enters the main cabin scene, Glenn tries to assault him. We already talked about all that. And then Robbie and Julia admit their love for each other and share a kiss. Billy, impressed by Robbie's song, offers to tell his record company executives about him. And then later, Robbie and Julia are married, and a band led by Robbie's friend Buscemi performs at their wedding. The end. Aww. So, Jason, now that we went through the plot of Wedding Singer, what's the point? What's the point of this movie?
That love stinks. Sometimes in a good way.
I think it's
sometimes you gotta leave the window rolled up so you don't let the stink out.
I think it's just like the movie's just trying to tell us this is like, you don't know when you're going to find love, but when you find it, you know it, and you have to go for it.
Yeah,
you have to get it. Because when someone makes you feel as good about yourself as you feel about them, that's when you know it's a good relationship.
Yeah, it's like a disease.
And plus, it's about growing up, learning how to be an adult. I feel like that's all Adam Sandler movies are about, learning how to be an adult.
That is true.
Yeah, even though he's the most adult in this one, but he lives in his basement and stuff. He's got no steady job. But like, he found the one girl that's like, hey, you don't have to have a steady job. We could live in a box and I'd love you.
Be happy.
Until you're like 45 living in a basement. Then you might be like,
well, if it was my sister's basement, that wouldn't be too bad.
Did I just really like his haircut? It's like, I don't know. It's like, well, I think like this in the 90s, right? But yeah, that's what I kind of think the point is. It's just like, learning how to find love. Learning how to be in love, going and getting what you want.
So, and expressing yourself through music.
Music, yeah, because that's how you win every girl's heart. And that's why everybody in the 90s played guitar.
Yeah, hell yeah. Like the kid in the Barbie movie.
Yeah.
They're on the beach. I love it. They all brought different, or like some of them brought different instruments.
Yeah.
Anyway, different movie.
I'm trying to think. There was something I was watching where it's just like a guy brings a guitar and people are like, oh no, he fucking brought a guitar. Is that a movie we did on this podcast?
I don't know. But remember the one in Animal House?
I've only seen Animal House once.
This guy's playing guitar to the girls and he grabs it and smashes it.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
That's one of the funniest scenes.
I remember watching that movie and I was like, these guys are mean. Yeah, I'd be one of the people that are getting all the shit from these guys. I don't like these guys.
Same.
So, yeah. All right, we're going to cut to our next category. It's called The Good, The Bad, The Ugly, The Fine. It's where we discuss the good of the film, something we liked. The bad of the film, something we didn't like. The ugly, something that didn't age well, plenty. The fine, something that did age well. What do you got for the good?
The songs.
Yeah. Heck
music.
yeah. Mine was just like how sweet the ending is. You said it was too sweet. I said, give me more sugar.
Pour some sugar on me.
So I was like,
Adam
it gets to
Sandler.
the ending and I'm like, Natalie, get the bag of sugar. I'm just going to pour it on myself.
I'm going to get the beatus.
Yeah. All right. What do you got for the bad?
It's really, I don't know. I didn't really have anything for the bad. I just
It kind of wraps up really quickly at the end.
yeah.
It feels like it's rushed. It's really rushed. Like once we get to the 50th anniversary for Rosie, it's just like vroom, vroom. It's like just cutting. Like whoa, calm down. Let us live in this moment. It's like seemed like they're like, all
I feel
right.
like a lot of romantic comedies do that.
It just felt like maybe the producers were
Quick before we run out of money.
saying like, we want this to be like an hour 30 exactly, so you have to cut 10 minutes from it. Because then they get to the wedding and it's like there's no fun wedding shenanigans. It's just
true.
David. We just see David singing. I really felt like we could have had a little more Sammy and Holly being like a conversation or something. It just, I don't know. It felt like it could have been an hour 40, not an hour 29. Yeah, you know.
But they wanted to get married immediately.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
Maybe
that was Linda. Never mind.
Yeah, yeah. So I just wonder, I wonder if how much they cut out of it at the end because it really felt like it.
Sure.
Still a perfect movie. All right, the ugly. I put the fat and ugly shaming and
yeah, that sucks.
the potential. I don't know about Alexis Arquette, the girl who plays George, but I don't know what gender she identifies as.
I think,
but
it
seemed like they were making jokes about it, but they were like, we don't know how to make a joke about it.
Right. It was, yeah. This was 1998.
But yeah, there's a lot of the classic Adam Sandler mean-spirited jokes.
Sure.
But
everybody loved it.
We all laugh at it.
They
still
all laugh at it. But
it's like,
yeah.
I mean, it's not his worst one. Yeah. You got anything?
No, not really.
This is pretty much the same stuff.
Well, yeah. Sucks when women date jerks.
Yeah. Sorry, that's the thing that happens around here often.
Just the earthquake.
It's like, tectonic plate shifting. I don't know.
Sweet, right under your house. That must be comfortable.
But I think that happens everywhere that I've lived, though. Like even in Murfreesboro and I can't believe you didn't know about it till you came over to my house.
Yeah, I haven't felt them.
God, I really hope we don't sink into the ground. That'd be suck.
Mm-hmm.
That'd suck. Oh, another thing that I feel like it didn't age well. Well, it's not that it didn't age well. It's just I really do prefer movies, romantic comedies and stuff where the bad guy is like the guy. They don't always have to be such obvious dicks, right? Like sometimes I wish that they were more like likable in their own way, like not just because they're funny, but just because it's like it's actually not a bad guy. I just feel like it'd add like a more interesting elements to rom-coms, right?
What you're saying.
Yeah,
they just don't work well together, even though they're both good people.
Yeah, or that she does like them. It's just like not the one. It's like I guess that would make it a little more too tragic for the other guy,
yeah.
and then it's just like
you want it to kind of be a clean break.
Yeah, but I guess I just like it to be a little more interesting that way.
Sure. Kind of like Tom Hanks getting lost in the ocean.
Yeah, Castaway.
That's kind of like how that was.
Yeah, well, yeah, because like
But
his wife ends up getting remarried, and then he goes, and it's like, well, I don't know what to do anymore.
Yeah, he kind of pieced out, so I moved on.
Yeah. So what do you have for the fine?
Man, I think we should bring back wedding singers. We had, because the last wedding I went to, we had, they didn't have a wedding singer, but they did have someone that kind of coordinated the activity, like the fun of the evening.
Yeah, I mean,
if he sang, hell yeah. That would
if you could get Adam Sandler as your goddamn wedding singer, that would be the best wedding in the history of weddings. And I would not have an issue with that, obviously. That would be amazing.
Like, this dude was so charismatic. He got me to dance, and I hate dancing. Or line dancing. It was a line dancing thing where they were trying to get, nobody was coming on the dance floor.
Yeah.
And of course, he points at my ass.
Yeah. And people are like, if Jason starts dancing, we'll start dancing.
They did. But
it's like, no one gets Jason
at the same time, I can't back out. Like, it's my brother-in-law's wedding.
You have to do it. I'd just be like, bye, guys. I'm out.
I did dip out. After everyone started dancing, I dipped out.
It's like,
my job here is done.
Everybody's going to remember that this was all me.
I slow walked off the door.
Yeah. My find was Sandler and Barrymore. They're so sweet together and they're very lovable and a perfect on-screen couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're really good together.
Yeah. So, all right, we'll hit our next category, the double feature. It's a movie we recommend alongside this movie. I'll tell you mine first. It's a 2016 movie called Sing Street. So, yeah, it takes place in Dublin in 1985. You know, a young lady notices a beautiful girl who begins to occupy his thoughts while struggling with poverty, personal relationships, and life woes. He starts a band hoping to catch her attention. It's so good, dude. It's sweet. It's great. Yeah. What do you got?
If you could ever feel more romantic, you could watch 50 First Dates.
Yeah. I love it. Sean Astin's so good in that.
It is really funny. But it's kind of like, it makes me...
Yo, peanut butter cups.
It makes me think about dementia, and
Yeah.
that scares me.
It's a very sad movie at the same time. Also, the ending is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, man.
It is good, though.
It's a great
very
movie,
good.
but then it's like, if you just think about it for too long, you're like, are we...
You get sad again.
Is like... Like, everybody was on board with her getting married like this?
Yeah.
You gotta spend the first, 4 hours of your day just being like, oh, yeah, we like each other.
Yeah.
But then it's, never gonna feel like it's growing.
It's
I
gonna
don't
be
know.
like Memento.
It's
where
wild.
the guy kills his wife.
It's like eventually, the first 8 hours of the day is gonna be watching an entire documentary about your life every time.
God damn.
Maybe
But it's good every time.
Yeah, it is great. And it's wild. That movie's so funny. But yeah, that is our discussion on The Wedding Singer. Thank you for listening. So make sure you join us next week. We'll be doing another romantic comedy from the 80s. It's honestly one of the best ever made by one of the best 80s and 90s filmmaker, Cameron Crowe. It stars John Cusack and Lily Taylor, John Mahoney, Ion Sky. I don't actually know how to say her name. That's right. We're talking about Say Anything, baby, the Boombox movie. Yeah, so join us next week for that. I actually have only seen this movie once, and it was a couple years ago. And then after I watched it, I was like, this is very funny and very good. And I understand why people would do the Boombox thing. It's great.
Hell yeah. I don't think I've ever seen it.
Yeah,
I've seen that one clip.
It's amazing. So yeah, join us next week for that. Thank you for listening. Leave us some reviews, please. We got our first non-5-star review. I guess it was a 4-star review because it took our 5 stars to 4.9.
Oh, no.
So just leave us a review. I won't tell you to leave us 5 stars because
I will do it.
That might make people be like, fuck them, 4 stars.
No.
Or it's probably 5 stars, but the one guy keeps cussing too much. So I'm trying to cut it down, guys. I'm cutting it down a little bit.
What are we doing here?
I went from the first episode of the podcast being like, I don't really cuss, but I got to do all this cussing for the quotes and stuff. So maybe I'll just start cussing.
Yeah.
Cut to John Wick. Every other word is the F word. And I'm like, okay.
You just say the N word?
No, F word. So I was like, maybe I went too far on the other way, and I'm getting out 30 years of not cussing out of my system.
It's a teensy bit, you know?
It's I didn't learn to control it because I didn't do it ever. So now it's just every F word you've ever wanted to say is coming out during the podcast.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So leave us also some fan mail. Just whatever you want to say to us. It can be mean. It can be nice. Just, have a heart. In our description, you have the link at the top. It says, send us some fan mail. And then at the bottom of the description, it says, we recommend mailbag@gmail.com, where you can also leave us some fan mail. But yeah, that's it. Thank you, Joey Prosser, for our intro and outro. You can follow him on X at Mr. Joey Prosser. And this has been the We Recommend podcast. I've been dragging this along for a really long time now. I'm Jesse.
I'm Jason.
Oh, your name's Jason? That would have been good to know yesterday.
I will strangle you with this microphone cord.
Bye.